Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today I have for you a bit of a different video, and this one is all about my teeth whitening and teeth veneer experience. A lot of you guys were super interested in the video that I did quite a while ago now. I'll link it on the screen now. Bear with me, it's a very old video so the quality isn't great. But basically it was one about all the cosmetic procedures that I've had done, and I did mention in that video that, you know, I'd had Invisalign and the results were not great for me. So I decided to go and get veneers. So I thought I would tell you all about the experience because I found it super interesting to watch videos like this, to find out more about it, what experience people had gone through, whether it was good, it was bad, what dangers did it have. So I thought I would share my experience with you. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. But before that, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I upload a new video every week, so I would love to have you back on the channel. Okay guys, so let me tell you a little bit about this, and there's going to be some clips of me getting the procedure done, which I think would be really interesting for you guys to watch. Bear in mind I wasn't able to film everything just because it was difficult for me to kind of hold up a camera while they were getting it done on my mouth, but I did try my best to vlog as much of the process as possible. But I'm going to talk you through my experience, where I got it done, my doctor, and so on and so forth. So firstly, starting off, the reason why I got this done was because I had Invisalign. Unfortunately, not all my teeth got straightened completely with Invisalign. I did have to say that my experience with Invisalign wasn't the best. The doctor said I would take 6 months for my teeth to get fixed, and bear in mind I was doing this in time for my wedding, so I was very disappointed when in 6 months time the treatment was not over. Also, I decided to do this treatment in Spain, which is where I was living before my wedding, and then I was going to be moving back to London after I got married, and it was going to be really difficult for me to continue the process without living in Madrid. So it was quite disappointing that that didn't sort of work out for me. Then the doctor did say it was going to take more time. They had to get me a new set of aligners because it just didn't work perfectly well, and some of the teeth were not moving as they expected. And then once they got the final set of aligners, it still didn't work. I wore it for another 3 months, and I was wearing it religiously, you know, all the hours of the day that was required, but obviously there was some fault somewhere, or maybe my teeth weren't working the way they were supposed to. End result was that these two teeth were a little bit backwards and the bottom teeth were not completely aligned. I didn't take a before picture, but I will try and find a picture where you can see my teeth, or if you see any of my old videos, you'll be able to see, especially with my bottom teeth, which are the ones you can most see when I speak, that they were not completely aligned. So the doctor at that point in time gave me the solution that I could wear braces, but I really didn't want to engage in that process, and also I wasn't living in Spain, which means I didn't want to do a treatment where I would have to, you know, kind of be there every month when I wasn't even living there. So I decided to just, you know, call it a day and leave my teeth the way they were. I did wear my retainers so that they wouldn't move any further, but I really wasn't very happy with the look of my teeth at that point. I also had another problem, which is that it wasn't a problem really, but I got my teeth whitened before my wedding, and I did an in-home treatment just because they did warn me that the lamp could be a little bit too aggressive and I could get sensitivity. So I decided to do the at-home treatment, which was like a gel that you put inside your aligners. You put it on for an hour a day. It's like a peroxide gel, I think, and then you take it off after whatever period of time. I think it's between 1 and 3 hours that you can have it on. And I did this consistently for a month, but I have to say the results on my teeth were not very visible. I don't actually smoke, I don't drink coffee, I don't drink wine, I don't drink tea, and the only kind of staining foods that I eat is that I sometimes eat Indian food, which has a little bit of food coloring in it. But I have to say that naturally my teeth are not very white. My natural enamel on my teeth is a little bit yellowish, and it wasn't something that's gotten spoiled, like I said, because of eating habits, because I don't really eat a lot of colored food. But unfortunately, they're just naturally like this. So even when I got the whitening process done, I mean, I would say they weren't maybe a shade lighter, but they still weren't very white. And I really wanted that kind of pearly white effect. Nothing too fake, but something that was a little bit more obvious than what I had. And unfortunately, it seems that through whitening, I wasn't able to get that effect on my teeth. So I decided to go for veneers, but I was very scared after seeing so many horror stories on the internet about people who'd had veneers and it was super painful, or, you know, it didn't work out well, or they were too big, or they stained, or I had read all sorts of things. So I was petrified of getting them done, and I did a lot of research. But finally, I found a clinic in Madrid. I will link all their details down below. If you do live in Madrid, or if you do visit Madrid, I would definitely recommend them. I don't live there, but I went there for 3 days, and over 3 days they were able to do the entire process for me, and I am so happy with the results. So the clinic that I went for is a clinic called Privilege. They have 2 in Madrid. I went for the one in Velázquez, which is inside a beauty salon. It is a completely private medical clinic. It's just that it shares the premises with a very well-renowned salon called Lorena Morlote. But it's just because in that area there's a lot of other cosmetic stuff other than the salon. So they were super professional. I have to say, I inquired with a few other people, but they were the people that gave me the most amount of confidence. They've done a lot of celebrities in Spain, so I have to say that was what initially drew me towards them. But once I met them, the doctor was so nice. She explained everything to me so well, and I ended up going for, I think, about 4 consultations, which they didn't charge me for, which I thought was amazing. And they kind of were willing to kind of have me as many times back as I wanted to, just to be 100% sure. That really gave me a lot of confidence in the doctor, because she was kind of willing to explain me the process as many times as I needed for me to feel confident. What she wanted was for me to feel 100% comfortable before I decided to go ahead with this procedure. We discussed a number of different options. So the 2 main options that you have when it comes to veneers is porcelain veneers, which is what a lot of people get, and you also have the composite veneers, which is what I decided to go for. Now, there's a few different options with both of them actually. So with porcelain veneers, the thing is that what the doctor does is they file down your teeth as much as required. The veneers are very thin. I think they're about 0.1 millimeters, but you know, there is a film. They need to fit that in, and if they are too thick, they can actually hurt your gums, and they can make them bleed. They can make them very sensitive. So it's very important that the doctor creates that space for them to fit that veneer over your tooth, so that your gums don't get damaged. Now the thing is, I didn't want my teeth to be filed down. I was pretty happy with my natural teeth in the sense that they've all been really healthy, so I didn't want to damage healthy teeth just for a cosmetic procedure. So when I discussed this with the doctor, she said that the best option to go for then would be the composite veneers. They are a veneer that is as thin as you want to, because what happens with that veneer is they don't have to file your teeth hardly anything. For me, they actually did not file them at all. So the advantage with the composite veneers is that if one day I want to remove them, my teeth are going to be intact underneath, and I can just, you know, go back to having my natural teeth if I really wanted to. I don't know why I would want to do that, because I'm really happy with them, but in case you do, it is a reversible procedure, whereas the porcelain veneers is a non-reversible procedure. When it comes to porcelain veneers, it's important that you look for a good doctor who has a lot of experience in it. That's the kind of message that I got. And it is important that, you know, they are careful with how they file your teeth down and stuff, because, you know, if they file them down too much, you can end up having to get a root canal and stuff like that. So for me, that all sounded like very scary stuff. And, you know, even though I was very confident in my doctor, and we did talk about lumineers, which are a very thin kind of porcelain veneer, I just didn't kind of want to touch my teeth, and she also felt very hesitant to touch my healthy teeth. She was like, you're really young and there's probably no point, and we can go with composite veneers. Now, what had happened is, once I took my Invisalign, my doctor had put 2 composite veneers on these 2 teeth which were not aligned, and they tried to sort of align them with the other teeth. It wasn't very successful, but unfortunately those 2 composite veneers had ended up getting a really yellow from eating kind of Indian food and stuff like that, and they ended up yellowing a lot, and I was really scared that if I went for like a full set of composite veneers, my teeth would end up getting yellow. But this doctor told me that they were using a special kind of composite, and this composite is a composite that you can whiten. So what she told me is, you know, don't worry, it doesn't stain easily, but if in case it did stain, you know, you can get them whitened. She said normally her patients go in for like a once a year treatment where they get a cleanse done of their mouth, which is important that you do it once a year anyway. You should get your teeth cleaned at least once a year. And then they go for a teeth whitening, and because it's not actually getting in contact with your own teeth enamel, getting too much whitening on your own teeth enamel can damage the enamel eventually, and it can make your teeth very sensitive. But because you're doing it on top of the veneer, it isn't actually getting into contact with your teeth, so you you can do it as many times as you want and it's never going to damage your teeth. So I was very, very reassured with that, and that is why I decided to go for these composite veneers. She told me that because my teeth were not in very bad shape, she would really, really try to be very careful and try to file them down as little as possible, and hopefully nothing at all, because you know, it was a shame to kind of damage my own teeth, and obviously I was petrified of getting my teeth filed down. So I was very happy when she said that, you know, she wouldn't have to do this. Okay, so getting into the actual procedure now, I had to go into the clinic 3 times apart from all my consultations that I did. But I would recommend, if you're going there for the first time, go for a consultation with the doctor and then decide to book in your treatment for whenever you wanted to get it done. And you will need 3 visits. The first 2 visits were a teeth whitening. In the first one, they cleaned my teeth, then they did a teeth whitening. The second one was really quick. It was just half an hour and it was just another teeth whitening. And the third one was actually a 4-hour visit, which is when they actually put my veneers on. With these ones, unlike porcelain ones, you don't need to go for the temporary veneers. With porcelain veneers, I know that the process is that you firstly get your teeth filed down, then you get the temporary ones in, and then once your actual veneers are ready, they put in the real ones in. But with this one, the process is very simple. You go and you get them done on that same day. So the first visit was about an hour long. They did the cleaning for about half an hour, and then they went to do the teeth whitening, and the teeth whitening was with a zoom lamp. So they put some peroxide on my teeth. I think it's peroxide, by the way, guys. It's whatever they use to do your whitening. And then they put in the lamp for half an hour, and I have to say, in my case, I didn't experience any sensitivity at all. It was completely fine. I was there for half an hour just like watching TV, and it was just a really kind of chilled out experience, and then I went home. The only thing is, while you're doing the teeth whitening, you can't eat coloured foods and you can't have anything like tea, coffee, wine, or anything like that. So I decided to get everything done kind of one after the other, so like 3 consecutive days. But you can space it out more if you want. It's just that in between the whitening, then you have to be mindful of not eating those coloured foods. For the second session, again, it was just the lamp session. They put the gel on my teeth, they put the lamp, and again, I experienced no sensitivity, just a little bit when I went back home, but you can take a painkiller if your teeth are more sensitive than mine. And I was petrified that, you know, this was going to kind of make my teeth sensitive forever, but I have to say they were very, very nice about it. They explained everything really well, and I experienced no problems at all. On my third and final visit, it was about, I think, 4.5 to 5 hours. And basically what happens in that visit is they either file your teeth down if they have to. In my case, she decided not to touch my teeth at all. This tooth here is still not perfectly aligned, but she said it was such a shame to file it down. She decided to just leave it. And because it's so minor, you can't even notice it. So I was happy to leave it like that. But obviously that also depends on the kind of aesthetic you want. This is the point in time as well when you get to decide how white do you want the composite. She decided to go for a pretty white for me. And actually my teeth looked a little bit fake for the first 2 or 3 days. I did look like a Barbie with a super kind of shiny smile, but I did want to go for that color because I do eat kind of Indian foods and colored foods. I didn't want to, you know, go for a color that wasn't too white and then it was going to kind of stain and get yellow really, really quickly. But obviously that is completely up to you, and you can discuss that when you meet the doctor. What she did at this point in time is that she went through all my teeth, and what they do is they kind of, I think they kind of make them a little bit rough. They put like a kind of, I think it's like a kind of glue, and then they go ahead and they actually build manually with a little brush each veneer on each tooth. So she actually shapes the veneer on your tooth at that point in time, which is the reason why she can make them so thin, and this way it doesn't kind of affect or damage your gums in the least. It's a super safe procedure, and you know, that's why I was so comfortable with it. This procedure is not painful at all. It's just a pain to have to kind of keep your mouth open for so long, but it's not painful in the least because there's no grinding of the teeth, there's nothing like that, so it's not painful. She built each tooth one by one. I got 10 on the top and 10 on the bottom just to make my whole smile look completely the same, just because if I didn't get all my teeth done, because my own teeth are not as white, you would be able to tell the difference. Then what she does is she polishes each tooth and she makes sure they're perfectly smooth, that nothing is interfering. She makes you open and close your mouth a few times just to make sure that you're feeling comfortable with it. And that's basically the end of it. She also shows you how they look, and in case you want to make any modifications, you want to make anything longer or shorter, she can obviously adjust that as you go along. But yeah, it was basically very relaxed. It was just annoying to have my mouth open for that long. But that was basically it, and then I was ready to go home. After that, because I had worn Invisalign before. They made a set of retainers for me so that my teeth don't move and they would fit the new veneers. But if you don't have kind of problems with your teeth moving around, what they do is they give you a set of aligners just for your bottom teeth, which is a very, very soft material, so it's very comfortable, so that, you know, your veneers don't kind of break. The reason why we did the whitening also, I wanted to explain before I got my veneers done, was because they are very, very thin, so they can be a little bit transparent and your tooth can see underneath. So if your teeth are very yellow, that's going to show through the veneer, which is the reason why you need to do the whitening before. In some cases as well, they do kind of shape your gums if you're not happy with the way your gums look, but I was pretty happy with mine, and they don't really show anyway when I talk because my lip kind of covers them completely. So I decided to leave them alone, and I kind of decided to skip that step. Let's talk price now. So basically, when it comes to the veneers, they cost me 150 euros per tooth, plus it was the whitening treatment, which I believe was about 250 euros, plus the cleansing of the teeth. Then, you know, if you do want to have more teeth done than 10, they will adjust the price to how many other teeth you get done. I obviously went for 10 on the top and 10 on the bottom, which means that it was 1,500 on the top and 1,500 euros on the bottom. I have to say that in Spain, for dental treatments, you do not pay VAT, which is quite nice. And yeah, that was basically it. But, you know, obviously, if you want more information, do get in touch with the clinic and you can definitely find out more about it. And the cost of porcelain veneers is a little bit more. I don't know exactly what the cost is, but I know it's a little bit more than these ones. Finally, a word of caution. The only thing that I was told I wouldn't be able to do when I got my veneers done was that I wouldn't be able to kind of eat stuff kind of just biting off. So I wouldn't be able to eat an apple just biting the apple off, or a very hard piece of bread kind of just chewing it off like that. Everything would have to be cut into pieces, but I do have to say that if you kind of cut your apples into minimal slices, you can definitely break a small slice, and mine haven't gotten damaged or anything. They are perfectly fine. They also offer a warranty for 6 months, which means that if they get damaged or broken in the first 6 months, they will repair them for free, and after that the reparation costs are usually minimal, because, you know, even if you break a little kind of corner off, they don't kind of tend to have to repair the whole tooth. They just kind of repair that little bit, and it's probably just going to cost you like 30 or 40 euros. I am planning on getting my whitening done at least once a year, maybe twice. Obviously I can get that done elsewhere and I don't have to go to them, but they were so nice that I would love to go back to them. And that's basically it. I can't really think of any more things that you guys would want to know apart from this. And that was everything I think that you guys would want to know. But do let me know in the comments down below if you have any questions. I will try my best to answer them down below. And if there are lots of them, then I can film another Q&A video answering all the questions that you have on this topic. But thank you so much for watching. I will show you now a before and after if I can find some pictures. But otherwise, I hope you were able to see it well enough in this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this helpful. Do again let me know in the comments down below. If you have any further questions, don't forget to check out my Instagram and to subscribe to this channel, and also don't forget to hit that little bell so that you get a notification every time I upload a new video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!